Alright guys, so I have reset this step from yesterday. We tried doing I was being lazy, being completely honest, I was being a bit lazy, and I yeah, I wasn't totally there. So it's been a rough long day. Can't say I'm totally there now, but I've got a little bit more time, so I'm gonna try and then figure this out. So let's actually approach this the proper way. So if you roll the dice and get a three of a kind or a four of a kind, and I'm gonna do some. I want to do some. I want to do some pseudocode, but yeah. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do it, such that at least y'all can see as well. So I've got my pseudocode from last time, and I'm just gonna add to it. Yeah. Let's bring that in here. Cool. So you guys can see. So this is from last time. Let me grab the prompt. And let's do this again. Alright, so I'm just going to demarcate that one step. And this is now step 7. If you roll the dice and get 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, then you can get a score totaling the sum of all 5 dice values. To calculate this, create a get highest. I don't think I read this yesterday. That's mad. To calculate this, create a get highest duplicates function, which takes an array of numbers. The function will need to count how many times each number is found in the array. If a number appears 4 or more times, you will need to update the 4 of a kind option with your update radio option function. If a number appears 3 more or more times, you will need to update the 3 of a kind option in both cases. The score value should be the sum of all 5. If neither of those are true, the final option should be updated with a score of 0. Make sure to call your get highest when the dice are rolled. Okay, cool. So let's break this down. So if 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind, then update radio option with sum of all 5 dice values. Right? Okay. Now this actually we will implement later, because we actually need to determine whether or not there's 3 or 4. So our first one should be new function get highest duplicates, which will take an array. And we need to calculate, we need to count how many times each number. So we want to take our array and we want to do a few things with it. Sorry, I'm just getting a text now. I have to be mindful because Mrs. might need me. Okay, cool. So new function get highest duplicates are right. So our function needs to count how many of each. Now we've done this before, and I can't remember where we did it, so I don't want to go look for it. But our AI model was actually quite useful. So our AI model created a, let's say, a counter object, and then it tested if the element, if the number exists, then it increases the value of the counter. If the number doesn't, then it sets it to 1. So it goes through of the 5. It says, okay, you say you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says 1. Does 1 already exist? No. So it sets the value to 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we'll have 5, 5, and the count of each will be 1. Yes. If say we've got 3 1s and then it's 4, 5, then we'll have, does it exist? No. It says it's 1. Does it exist? Yes. The second time it goes through, oh no, not the second time it goes through, we can use a for each. So it will do the first one, it'll say yes, the second one will update, third one will update, and then we will have a count that's equal to 3, at which point we want to then implement our second bit here. Okay. So sort of just trying to think through it, and I think I'm happy. I'm going to copy everything, take it in here, and okay, I don't need this bit. Okay, so let's start with our function. Takes an array. Okay. So this is where we were using AI. And I think that AI model works actually worked. So let's set a counter. So let's say let counter be an object. Right. And then within the array for, I think that's a function. So for each, you can see I'm watching Jack TV. That's stressful. I should have closed everything else actually. Jack TV is funny. It's one of my guilty pleasures actually. But it puts people to loyalty tests, and it's unfortunate, but there you go, it's funny. So what was I doing? Yeah, for each. So what's this? For each JavaScript. Okay. Okay. So within here, I could create a new function. to say alright, so that's actually where the index was useful. So I don't want to say for each, I want to use a for loop. Yeah, I want to use an actual for loop. So for, and we've used the loop already, haven't we? Yeah. Doesn't copy that bit. I believe that's the, yep. For I is less than array dot length I plus plus, yeah? And we want to say if counter exists, then else counter at that index is equal to 1. So if I come through and the counter already exists, then we increase it. If not, if the counter doesn't exist, then we set it to 1. And so we'll never have a 0. But at this point, this should check, and I think I can. I think I can bring back what Claude gave me. Excuse me, yawning, guys. I was tired. Right, so, what was it? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, there you go. So we had okay, so they actually I do like this actually. So they're creating an element because this will just give the count 1 and won't actually give the element. So cool. I'm going to incorporate that. And then I'm going to look for the counter at the element. Yeah. I think because of the way I structured my prompt, it gave me a function that returns counts. Yeah. And then I wasn't quite sure what to do with that. But having thought it through properly, and I guess this is the lesson learned, right? Is AI is like fire, a good tool, but a bad master. And so, just writing out a prompt and spitting out some code, if you don't understand what you're asking the code to do, or you don't understand what you want the code to do, then what AI spits out could actually be more confusing, more detrimental than helpful. But cool. So we now have that. We have, yeah. So it's built it based around the element, which is for each iteration. something new based on that. Okay. Now, I want to then go through it again. I want to go through the counter now, is what I want to go through. Oh, I'll be right back.